Hey everyone, it's Mookie. Wanted to go ahead and share a video with you guys today with how to manage your gold resources. This is part one of a three-part series that I look to go ahead and start uploading soon. Kind of give a breakdown of how you can go ahead and manage your gold resources and your cores. To me, those are the two big priority of items that you need to keep a focus on a day-to-day grind. Make sure that you always have those resources available for you, as there's tons of different content that gets rolled out every month, and you always want to make sure that you have that ready for you. So try to keep it short, and that way you can kind of take a look here on my side of things of how I manage things, and hopefully just kind of takes a little bit of the less edge off of your frustrations. Not you specifically, but some of those that I've seen there on Reddit, posting some negative feedback on how they feel like they never have enough resources available. So let's take a look on how we can go ahead and help you guys out with that. Here's a slide I created to go ahead and go over those gold resources for you guys. I kind of broke it up on how you can get to daily free money up to, well, I shouldn't say up to, and this is just an average of what I quickly showed out or calculated that I can get at 620,000, but it actually can be way more than that, could be less, just how you attack these objectives. Um, so the daily objective is actually going to be the first part that you see on the, or it's just completing tasks that Scopely kind of has out here for you guys. And completing the daily arena will get you 25,000. Doing the auto wins 3 times get you 15, and so forth. There's your campaign, supplies, challenges accepted, hero campaign, training up, and geared up. Reason why I have an asterisk on these is that these are more for new players that actually, I guess it's to help do like a catch up, but to me, that's something that needs to be a little bit higher for those folks. But someone that's been on here, I forget what the benchmark is, maybe over 70, level 70, maybe that stops. But went ahead and added on here, but that kind of gives you a rough average about 90,000. And here's where I'm gonna have to kind of give you a little bit more of a detailed breakdown. This is the part that you really can maximize your money opportunities here whenever on you given campaign that you choose. So what I go ahead and do, let me jump into my screen here. So what I do on the day-to-day function on using my energy resources is all about character charts. So these character charts here that I focus on, right now I have it with approximate. This is going to show you that each time that I use my energy for her, I get 50, basically 5,200. But I do limit myself on here up to only using 3 times. So I use 60 sources, and that's going to give me about 15,000. And then of course it varies depending on the character that you choose. So over here, I'm still focusing on trying to get Squirrel Girl up that high. So on her campaign, at 4,900. Okay, and that's kind of how the monetary values kind of vary out. But I go ahead and do that, and I keep kind of plugging and picking which players I'm focusing on and trying to level up. And then what I end up doing is I end up using my cores on here. So let me for you. So like say for example, I want to go ahead and continue to go ahead and try to get some energy off of here. But now I've already used 3 refreshes for today. 3 refreshes allows you 50 cores, so that's 50, 100, and 150 that I spent already today. So I kind of started off close to 300. But since I've already maximized it up to starting to use 100 cores, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna go beyond that amount because just wasting that, it's just not efficient. So that's what I mean when we go into that presentation. And let me find it. This is what the breakdown is. Every day as I go to sleep and I wake up, I kind of start off with 100 energy there that I can start spending on for free. Because that's the energy that's accumulating overnight. I think it's like every minutes you get like one refresh. I don't know the exact amount, but basically as you just kind of sit away from playing on the game overnight, you accumulate and kind of creep up to 100 is what I start off with. Then as I start using those energies and start spinning away at it, I use up to 50 cores. That gives me another 300 credits to use to spend towards these gold pieces or to gain gold pieces. And then later on in the day, you get two free daily energies in the AM and the PM, kind of roughly about like 8 hours apart. For me, it's like around 11 a.m. Central Time. I'll go ahead and get a free 80 energy credits that I can select on. And then later in the afternoon, then I'll get another 80. So that overall, you get 620 of those. So all of those, as you start using them for your campaign, kind of how it came up here with 150,000. Could be more, could be less, again, depending on what your focus is on. Let's talk about the daily raids. On the daily raids, what we have going on over here is this is another easy way of getting some free money on the nodes that you complete. Now, depending on the alliance that you had and what type of difficulty level, that kind of fluctuates as far as on how much money you get. But for my specific alliance, we're at U7 raids, and for each node that I complete on U7, it gets me 14,000. On bare minimum, if I just go ahead and complete 5 nodes, I get 70. And I try not to sit on this is another separate energy thing that starts accumulating, and you get some energy raid refreshes throughout the day, or not just refreshes, but they start, as soon as it gets up to 50, it stops. So that's a key thing that you want to make sure that you don't sit on your energy there. Make sure you always have that running so that way you can complete more than 5 nodes a day. I can get up to about 2 full runs. One in the morning, I can do all my 5, work, sleep on that, have those energies kind of go through, and then during the evening time, I can do another 5 runs. So technically, this chart is just showing you the bare minimum, but you can get 10 nodes, and which would equal 140. And the bottom's the same thing as far as Greek rate. So you kind of have 2 going on at the same time. Again, depending on your alliances. My alliance does do these 2 runs simultaneously. I'm able to go ahead and get 25,000 for the Greek rates, up to 50,000, and if I do 10 nodes, and then so forth. So then that's how you can gain a lot of money from your raids. And the last part we're going to talk about is the Blitz event. Now, the Blitz event is a 3-day event. So this is not on a daily aspect, but at least twice a week, you can get about 310 credits off of this. So what ends up happening on here is screenshot of it on the milestone 1. It gives you up to 15, but it goes up to 20 milestones, and you complete all 20, you get 310. So that's more money into your pocketbooks just simply on completing those Blitz events. Make sure you have a full roster, and I'll go ahead and give you a look off of that. Well, so on this Blitz event, we have Minerva going on. So as long as you have like a full roster over here, I'm gonna give you an idea. This is what I have going on. I always start off with the bottom folks first, and just start working my way up all the way to get to my slot number. But I have 30 slots all set up, my whole run, and once I complete my first group, that basically is all 20 off of the milestone. So definitely take advantage of that. Make sure you complete this at least within that 3-day period. That way you have some pocketbook. So I wanted to show you guys this on these milestones. So as I mentioned, I want to go ahead and make sure that I have a million. I want to make sure that I have a million in my pocketbook. So as I try to accumulate close to a million in those free daily resources, what I also end up doing is making sure that I don't spend more than a million. And how I go about that and why I create that threshold is really based upon this milestone event that's always going on. This one is on the high roller. So when I spend up to 1 million, that allows me to get these resources right here. The key one that I look at is this core. That's going to segue into our second video that I'll create for you guys talking about cores. But on here, because we don't get any rewards for cores once we pass milestone 10, I basically stop. There's no need to push it because I don't care too much about the milestone or the orange gear, produce gear credits. Doesn't not as much value as the core because right now as we have this present event going on with Tiger, I'm actually using up my cores because I want to go ahead and refresh these campaigns. Well, but once this event goes away, my cores will start going up, and that's kind of the key trigger that you don't want to. You got to figure out your discipline and your happy medium. Once you have that there, it makes the game a little bit more enjoyable. You don't have to get frustrated about losing out on resources. Yes, there's always a new character coming along. There's always the next event going on. There's a lot of things going on. So it's all about managing that daily resources for yourself. I hope that, helps you guys out. And hopefully this will be something that you can kind of keep in mind for yourself and you can, you know, use it how, use it as best as you can. If you have any other suggestions that you like to go ahead and share, you can drop that into the comments sections on the video I'm gonna upload, and just try to work together to go ahead and try to make this a little bit of a good process, so that way we can enjoy the game and not be as frustrated. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate any tips and advice that you have, and I look forward to sharing some more content with you. Thank you.